Okay, everyone, we're going to do a quick Chapter 14 review, especially for if you did not make it to the Zoom call for the end of Chapter 14, where we basically did a quick review there as well. Remember, this chapter was usually combined with Chapter 13, so with that taken out, it becomes especially short. And since I'm taking out anything involving sine or cosine, it becomes even shorter. Okay, so this will be a very quick chapter for us. Okay, so things you want to remember: regular polygons. Okay, you need to remember what makes a polygon a regular polygon. A rectangle is not a regular polygon. A square is. You should know why that is so. You need to remember that all regular polygons are cyclic. Think back to chapter 13. This means that all of the vertices of the polygon are going to be inscribed on a circle. Okay, so you can draw a circle and circumscribe that polygon, and all of the vertices of the polygon are going to be inscribed on the circle. Okay, so that's most of what we need to know about polygons. And then I want you to know how we go from polygons to pi. That was one of the big concepts that we talked about in the previous videos and throughout these lessons, is that geometers like Archimedes used polygons to help them come up with area formulas for circles. Okay, so since they were able to calculate the area and perimeter of polygons, as we saw in the homework, they could then use that information to help them approximate, at least, what the area and circumference of a circle would be, because as polygons, as regular polygons at least, get more and more sides, they get closer and closer to a circle. And we saw that through the previous lessons, how once you get to 12 sides, 24 sides, 48 sides, those regular polygons look very, very circular. So you can use those calculations to get an approximation of pi. Okay, moving on from there. So then once we have a number that approximates pi, then we can use that to find the circumference and the area of circles. So you should definitely be able to find the circumference of a circle with 2 pi r, and find the area of a circle with pi r squared. If I ask you for the exact area, okay, that means you're putting it in terms of pi. You're not rounding it off to 3.14 or something like that. Okay, so exact is going to be give it in terms of pi. Okay. The other thing we then looked at, and we did this in the Zoom call as well, was looking then at sectors. So a sector, remember, is going to be, here's my whole circle. Here's a central angle. Okay, and then I have a pi piece here. Okay, this pi piece is my sector. The pi crest is the arc. And so I can pretty easily find the area of the sector or the length of the arc if I just know the radius, which is also going to be the side of this pi piece. So if I know that this pi piece has a radius of 3, okay, then I can find the area of the circle pretty easily, right? Area of the circle is just pi r squared, so the area is going to be 9 pi for the whole circle. Okay, the circumference is 2 pi r, so my circumference is going to be 6 pi for the whole thing. Okay, so then if I ask you to find the area of the pi piece or the length of the pi crest, what I need to know is what fraction of the whole pi that one piece is. If you're given an angle measure, then That's pretty simple to do. If you're given what fraction of the circle it is, that's also an easy way to do it. But I know that the entire circle is 360 degrees. So if I know the fraction of the whole thing, then that allows me to pretty easily figure out what fraction it is. So if this is a 60-degree central angle here, okay, then I know that's 60 out of a full 360. So 60 out of 360 is 1/6. So I know that this pi piece is 1/6 of the whole circle. Okay, so then I can go back to my area and circumference formulas and say, okay, this pi crust is 1/6 of 6 pi. Okay, so then it would just be 1 pi for my arc length. Okay, and then my area was 9 pi. So I've got 1/6 of 9 pi. Okay, so that's just 9 pi over 6. And then that can just reduce down to 3 pi over 2. Okay, so if I have a sector, it's just a fraction of the whole circle. So you need to find the area and circumference of the whole circle first, then figure out what fraction of the circle you have, and then use that to find the fraction of the area or circumference. Okay, that's everything that's going to be included on the test. Make sure that you are doing the summary and review problems. Those will be very helpful for the test as well. Okay, good luck.